Alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your brother Ali Tahir 60 back at your service. Today's topic is going to be about giving, charity, the idea of giving. I want to get the hell out of it because there's cops riding around as well. It's about the idea of giving. Recently, us and the brothers got together, and it's about appropriating your sadaqah, your zakat during the time of Ramadan. You know, in the correct places. And you know, 50 or 60 of us brothers got together and raised in excess of £4,500. There's been a recent tragedy in Somalia. There are clips out there on Facebook, on YouTube, flash flooding in a town called Qardho. Qardho is in Puntland, or Puntland, P-U-N-T land. It's a district, or it's a district, a province of Somalia. Very, very sad. 30 or so people lost their lives in this flash flooding. However, it's about appropriating your money where it needs to go. I will leave the link if anyone wants to donate. You know, many brothers have donated, from all the brothers who are involved in obviously the initiative to get rid of this committee. Hashtag save our Wembley Masjid. Hashtag get this committee out. So all the brothers and sisters who are involved in saving our masjid and getting it back before next Ramadan, you know, I'll leave the bank details and obviously the name of the brother who's collecting the donations. Brother Aden Mohamud. He's a very, very sincere brother. You know, he's almost 70. He's such a lovely man, and he's been thoroughly involved in coming here. You know, coming here almost on a daily basis, but we can only ask so much of our elderly brothers. But a lovely brother all the same. So yeah, if you've got any sadaqah or zakat, that, you know, last minute sadaqah or zakat, then by all means, we've got what, 48 or 50 or 60 brothers at last count, and yeah, and they've donated £50, £100, £50, £100. Some brothers have been anonymous donors. So essentially, yeah, that's what's gone on. What you have to realise is that this masjid is in the process of has put his bank details up on its chairman's Facebook account. And listen, look, don't have your money spent on prosecuting brothers, trying to get brothers banned, because if they do succeed and turn this into a private property, if they do succeed, then remember, you could be on that line of people who are going to be banned. But inshallah ta'ala, we are not going to let it come to this. It's a public building, and we're going to use it for public purposes. Alhamdulillah, you know, Ramadan's going good. It's the 8th, or you can kind of like lose track of sort of, you know what time it is or what day it is. But yeah, so I'm going to leave some of the footage as well of exactly the floods. There's video footage, there's clips of how, you know, a river just burst its banks and just went through basically. So alhamdulillah.
وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك
صندقada ada duntay صندقada ada sii dumaysaa ma aya waa kaariga baro bukistaa ma aya صندقadu dhow ma dumeen halka kale niman baa ku xaniban ilaahay umid saaca oo gargaaro halka صندقadaas way duntay markaan صندقadaas way duntay waa wataan kaariga waa wataane qaate qaade jeesarta waa qaade ya ma baalay qaadeen gaariga cid ugu jiraa miss dadkaas gargaar u baahan.
Look, it's very, very difficult time for brothers here as well. Okay, very difficult time. You know, I totally understand that. But remember, we've got a system that's like a safety that's going to pick us up. You know, I'm being furloughed. I'm getting paid, you know, 80% of my wages. You know, many other brothers, obviously, there are some that aren't going to be paid, but that's totally understandable. But brothers in Somalia, you know, developing country, they haven't got any safety net system. They got no thing to pick their income up. You know, there's shops, you know, food strewn in the streets, cars turned over because of flooding. You know, subhanAllah, it's amazing, you know, what can be done with the power of nature. But again, you know, remember what this masjid did with your sadaqah donations, and what it did with I think zakat donations. They were handing out checks to particular committee members, sending them to Pakistan and India and stating that, oh, we've opened madrasas up, we've opened this up, we've opened that up. No accountability whatsoever, no audit trail, nothing whatsoever. And it was only when we complained to the Charity Commission that they put a stop to that practice. That had been going on for how many years? How many years, you know? At least 3 or 4 years. So remember, yeah, that homeboy's enjoying himself. But remember where your money has gone, guys, yeah? No accountability with regards to this, and we are still going to court. And alhamdulillah, we've mashallah got so mashallah, we are collecting for that particular case. We're going to attempt to ban brothers, and we are going to self-fund that. Alhamdulillah, we aren't going to ask for donations or start e-begging like these guys on Facebook. Disgusting behavior, really. E-begging for what? Using your self-proclaimed Sheikh Mubashir, a tuition teacher, come on, who probably can't even speak or understand Arabic. Yeah, everyone can memorize a few words of the Quran. Look, so can I. You know, Surah Al-Fatiha, you know, last 30 surahs of the Quran, we can memorize them by heart. Yes, you can read, but a real, what is he? What sort of guy is that to give out, you know, fatwas or Islamic rulings? Would you really go to him? Ask the masjid? I mean, come on, what was it? Is it ask the alim? They have got some sort. There's all sorts of stuff going up on their social media anyway. But alhamdulillah, if you want to donate, I'm going to leave the link down below. Look at the footage I'm going to put up now as well, with regards to what's happened in Puntland, in Somalia. 30 people have lost their lives. They're in dire need of donations, of rebuilding of what little they can, and what little money we can spend. I know it's difficult at the minute. You know, no one's being paid. Well, some people aren't going to be paid, but we still again we have that safety net to pick us up. Alhamdulillah, no one's starving here. But yeah, people have had their livelihoods literally trashed. You know, people's livelihoods, if you think about it, in this country, the economy is asleep. Your livelihood hasn't totally been destroyed. We can still go back to something. There are still opportunities out there. But alhamdulillah, in Somalia, it's hand to mouth, you know, just like many other developing countries around the world. So please, I implore you to, if you can donate, whatever you can give, alhamdulillah, 5, 10 pounds, whatever, any little piece, that's alhamdulillah, that's fantastic. It's best to do this in the safety of your own home. Look, it's important that we keep the spirit of the masjid alive. The masjid is a totally innocent entity in this whole matter. But the committee is not, so it's important that we do keep the spirit of the masjid alive. That's why it's always important that I have that, mashallah, that house of Allah in the background. But again, yes, you know, just to remind you guys that there are people around the world, and the primary reason why I've done this video today was to please ensure that wherever you know, donate your sadaqah, your zakat, you want accountability. You just can't blindly just put it into someone else's hands and hope, unless you have sincere faith in them and you've known them for some time. So it's very important that you do, you know, very important that you do donate in the right place. Again, with regards to the masjid, we all know exactly what's happened there with regards to false allegations, so on and so forth, like a broken record. I don't want to keep on repeating myself, but please save our masjid. Let's get a new committee in there, or some new way of managing the masjid. Not these guys. You know, they may try to argue that it's a private property, and yes, in principle, we want committees to remove troublemakers, but here, the committee themselves are troublemakers, and unfortunately, given the current way things are, there is no way to bring them to account. You know, they're not signed up to the Muslim Council of Britain, where we could have them investigate this committee, you know, and get something done. The Charity Commissioner failed us, you know. They've just been diabolical. Their whole interjection and assistance in the matter has just basically hindered it. And, you know, they've always ruled in the favour of the current committee. And as I said, please think very wisely before donating your money anywhere. Alhamdulillah. There's many good charities, bona fide charities on all these channels, Islam channel, Iman channel, so on and so forth. But not with our committee. Our committee could not be trusted with your money, with our money, with the money of the Muslim community. So be very mindful. You know what they've done already. No accountability. Checks being written out to their own, to their own cronies, to their own family members. Here, run off to India, run off to Pakistan, run off to Bangladesh, run off to Sri Lanka, go and open a madrasa. Was it ever opened up? We'll never know. We'll never know where the money went. We'll never ever know. No accountability. It just went into a black hole, literally. So, you've had your hands burnt once with this committee. Let's not do it again. Alhamdulillah. Nothing much more that I can say. There's lessons to be learned in Ramadan. Your sadaqah, your zakat is very important. We can always buy things, commodities, look for those materialistic objectives in life. But really and truly, come on. I can have the best quality carbon bike, £3,000 or £4,000 if I wanted to spend even more than that, £7,000 on a carbon bicycle. But you have to be sensible. You have to be sensible about these things. Buy yourself a £400 or £500 bike, a £200 or £300 bike, and these guys, this masjid, you just have to be very mindful that when you're giving away to a charity, it's that value that that your money is going to be spent somewhere, opening up a water well in some third world country, or maybe some sort of tuition center or something along the lines of that, somewhere where it's needed. We have, mashallah, a lot. We've been given in abundance of everything in this country, so we have a lot. So we've got nothing to really moan about. Yes, the coronavirus has taken lots of lives, and that that can't be overlooked. That's a sad thing in itself. But you really have to hark back to the fact that we are a developed country, and let's try to help others, especially during the time of Ramadan, and Allah will award us in abundance as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Your brother signing out, Ali.